Chaperone.
I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short, oh Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine, 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience, God. I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a few good songs to take me away for a while. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sitting in darkened theaters used to think to themselves, what have George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be sitting there in the dark, you knew that when the show began, you'd be transported to another world, a world full of color and music and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello, how are we tonight? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should feel anxious at this age. A little bit of self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. Anyway, when I'm feeling this way, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. And I was going to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I thought to myself, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled and all the world was a party for the wealthy. Anyway, I dug about, and what should I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full show, including the original cast and Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you imagine? Here, let me read you what it says on the inside. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding has a different meaning now. But back then it just meant fun. And that's what this show is, fun. Would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? I was hoping you would say yes. Do you hear that static? I love that sound. To me, that's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November of 1928. You've just arrived outside the doors of the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Oh, remember when it used to be cold in New York in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming, we're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care because you're about to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Oh. Overtures are out of style now. I missed them. It was the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. It's a musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Oh, what's this? Something new. Maybe a dance number, kind of rollicking. Maybe involving pirates. Oh, there are no pirates. Please sit back down. Oh, and here it is, the moment when the music starts to build, and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. Oh, the curtain's going up, I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, madam.
I do love this dress so it never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress. Was such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess at this happy wedding time.
Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will gong, wedding bells will ding-a-ling, and we will ding along.
Your dress, your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on. Wedding guests have come. Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door, and soon they will appear. The bridegroom, I'm here to marry Janet. That's all about these follies whom I love a lot. I'm George, that's George, the best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. It's time middle. Now don't worry, I got this whole wedding under control. You see, the key is organization. You see this? Each string represents a task to be completed. Pay the musicians, yell at the florist, book the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I felt sick, producer. I've lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not one squat.
I'm kidding, I came with this about thing. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs. What pastry chefs? We cross our hearts with pastry chefs. No bakery. A bakery is what we got. I'll go for, my name is Adolfo. I am the king of Rome. So I kiss a lot. You are the king of Rolex, so you kiss a lot. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here.
Where is Janet Vandergraff and when will she appear? It's Janet Vandergraff.
I'm Janet Vandergraff, here to marry Robert Martin. Giving up a life of glamour to tie a knot. Am I late? I'm the chaperone of Janet Vandergraff, maid of honor, friends, confidants, and all that rot. Where's the bar?
A wedding, hooray! It's prohibition, madam.
A wedding,
Yes.
good thing I brought my own.
A wedding today.
Champagne makes me drowsy.
It's really happening, truly happening, almost happening. What is happening?
queen and an aviatrix. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What else do you need for an evening's entertainment? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'm going to lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. So, we begin with a welcome from the Love-Struck group.
Well, now, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fella. Now, who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Here, here.
To Miss Janet Vandergraff, the most beautiful girl in the entire world. Absolutely not!
Yes.
Excuse me? The girl mustn't see the bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot, basically. Hold on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Say, it's a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Listen, you just keep Janet away from Robin, all right? You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
Aye, aye, mon capitaine.
Oh, Robert, who's my little bunny?
I am. I'm your little bunny.
And so the bride and groom are whisked away, and we're left to turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Belsing.
Getting married? And leaving show business?
Mr. Belsing.
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Belsing. I can be a leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Feldzig were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman, and her long-suffering companion. Now, she appears stupid, but in the end she does something clever. It makes us wonder if it was all just an act. Now, the irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all of the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. It used to be that the theater was the only place where stupid people could make a decent living. This was before television, of course.
I don't have time for this right now.
Appetit for Mr. Phelps.
No, not now.
And perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Well, perhaps we can give you something else to chew on. Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand here in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also, and primarily, employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual?
A certain individual who also happens to be the largest single investor in Feltzig's Follies. He sent us here as pastry chefs to express his consent for Miss Vandergraff in her upcoming nuptials. Specifically, if she was to get married and leave the show, then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Spend any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
But I do have a cousin in Seattle.
Hey, look, boys, tell your boss, there's no way this wedding's ever gonna happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on your word is a recipe for disaster.
Now, I hope that we've made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One cannoli hope.
You must gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much?
Don't talk with me.
All right! All right! You can drop the whole pastry chef routine.
Alas, we cannot.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb is an entree. You macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. Now, they were born Abram and Mendel Maslowskevich, but they had their names changed at Ellis Island by a lazy immigration official. Now, they were an early example of the typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not very intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do. But for reasons that would not be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Felton. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert garrison.
Try the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Cats, Mr. Filsick! They're gangsters!
Very perceptive. Hey, now go powder your face. I gotta stop this wedding. But how? Oh, Lord in heaven! How? How?
You know, I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So, with the story well underway, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He was the Albright toothpaste man, and his fabulous smile adorned every tube. Now, Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true, if you read the label, it was the 5th ingredient down, right after sugar.
Now, don't you worry. It's totally normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Now, there are some people who say that he was a bad actor. To those people, I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man. Shake it and quake it. Trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something make me bother you. You know what you got? Cold feet. Brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches head to earth swing as he goes candle. Wedding marches played in ragtime swing. Come alive and take that time. Cold feet, small feet, turn into cold feet. Rather make them cold feet hot.
Slime back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm!
Well, now I gotta find a minister. Say, what are you up to? I'm singing the song an old traveler taught me. A Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
Jitters, you think you got jitters? You got the easy part. I still gotta get prize. Put me in and the minister. I got the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
Well, George, it sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
What do I do?
Cold feet? No! You make the cold feet hot. Look, George, you're dancing.
I am. I am.
You make the cold breeze hot. You make the cold breeze hot. You make the cold breeze hot.
Was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance number. He's still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently, celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the passing years have taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out and he had on that wide-eyed expression of pain, confusion that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? Why is this cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about, right?
All right, that's enough of that. Dancing around like a fool. I'm sorry, George. I'm just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all. We need to be more careful. Tap dancing is too dangerous. You could have snapped an ankle or something. Why don't you go for a skate instead? That's what I do when I'm in love, scene. Oh, George, you think of everything. Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Oh, no. You cannot go out like this. You might see Janet. Yeah, why don't you wear this blindfold? George, what would I do without you? Just looking out for you, my boy. Now remember, no more tap dancing. When bells will ring, when bells will chime, when bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does this sometimes. It rings. It will stop soon. Just ignore it. What do you want?
Hello. You've reached my answering machine. Please leave a short message after the tone, and I will get back to you at my convenience.
Well, that's it. The moment is ruined. Thank you. Thank you, life. I hate that. It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. I'm sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
And so the scene shifts, and we find ourselves with the bride, the glamorous Janet Vandergraff, as she entertains questions from reporters while she lounges by the pool.
Miss Vandergraff, is it true that you're giving up a successful career to marry a man we hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Ile-de-France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned, briefly, and then he proposed.
So you won't be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes?
Why would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
Oh, I got a question. How can you dream of giving up the footlights when you know perfectly well you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, please, Janet. Dr. Monk, stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. I'll even put your name above mine on the marquee.
Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to
wanna show off. I don't wanna wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss miss no more. Below my signature no more. I don't wanna show off.
Get it, please?
Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off no more. Ain't making no news no more. Only news no more.
Gee, I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off, don't wanna show off no more.
Please, no more attention. I'm counting to 10. I'm through. Farewell. Adieu. You'll never see this. Farewell. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again.
Beautiful.
I don't want encore no more. I don't want a striptease no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if it loses off. I don't want to be chewed no more. Breathe no more. Grab no more. Touch no more. No more. I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off.
I don't wanna show. No more.
Did I miss something?
Now, Mr. Felsen. It appears that Miss Vandergraft has no desire of continuing her life on the stage.
Yeah, can't you see that it's killing her soul?
Boys, this ain't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't do an encore. I don't wanna I don't wanna show.
Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, remember? Oh, surely you remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused the men around her to have accidents. Spill their drinks and drive their cars into trees, that kind of thing. And then she would go, oops. Oops. Well, I'm really not doing it justice, but people ate it up. Now, she had a whole series of successful films. Oops, The Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Begging and groveling didn't work. Time for plan B. And for that, I'm gonna need an accomplice. Someone gullible, with loose morals. What do you call him? A European. La 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 la.
Enter Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Now, Aldolfo was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice, remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time it had been partially consumed by his poodles. Well, you know, only partially consumed.
Oh, excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Adolfo.
You're Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Not the Aldolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, what?
Oh, I just overheard the groom say that Aldolfo is a scoundrel. I just overheard him say that.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel.
I'm hearing them again.
This is outrageous. He is saying this to peoples? To beautiful ladies with lips for kissing. Why? I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I will take this groom into my hands and kill him!
All right, no, don't kill him. Just hurt him bad enough he can't get married.
Show me to this groom, man. Wait!
What?
What kind of man is this groom?
Well, he's...
Is he a big man?
No.
A burly fellow?
He's big on the outside.
No! I don't want to fight a big man. Small, pale, wheezy little dwarf people. I don't fucking punt. But no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter?
Yes, Adolfo is a lover of the beautiful ladies. Some say I'm the king of romance.
Well, you know what? The best way to get revenge on a man is through his
Door!
No! Revenge. Best way to get back at a man is through his
Window!
The best way to get back at a man is through his.
Through his. There is no other way. I'm not Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
His woman!
His woman.
Yes, Aldolfo. You must seduce his woman.
His woman.
His bride.
Adolfo will make love to bride. To show the peoples Adolfo is no scoundrel, eh? Show me to this bride. Wait!
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? Is she a big woman?
Oh, a burly woman. No, she's the cat's pajamas, all right?
Pajamas?
She's an attractive woman to look at, all right?
Show me to this cat in pajamas. Adolfo will make her purr like a cat in pajamas.
All right.
Roman Bartelli, chewing the scenery. Oh, and you know that's not his real accent, right? He was known as the man of 1,000 accents. All of them offensive. No, you couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on the stage. So we've banished them to Disney. Oh, let the children sort it out.
Underlings,
Yes, madam.
the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, underlings, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I understand, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice.
Vodka.
Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam?
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You know, some elements of the Drowsy Chaperone were quite progressive. A whole cabaret of strong female leads, for example.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, some elements were progressive and others were stale in 1928. I'm just going to skip ahead here.
That was... That... Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice.
Lime juice, for heaven's sakes, why?
To wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you might be wondering, what was that routine doing in the show? It's quite simple, really. You see, there's a song coming up, and they needed something to allow for the set change. It's mechanics, that's all. It's like pornography. Let me explain what I meant by that. In one of those films, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for this pizza being a classic example. As in musical theater, the story only exists to string together the bigger, more engaging production numbers. What? Well, what kind of society do we live in if we can't make comparisons between musical theater and, you know?
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Now, this is a really interesting scene. This is the only scene where Beatrice Stockwell and Jane Roberts are alone together on the stage.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you two. I suppose you think it's crazy to give up a successful career career to marry a man I hardly know, but somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big bunny eyes, oh gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could come from any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired the troops in every major world conflict, up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that point, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. Still, she insisted that a rousing anthem be included in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. But you just couldn't say no to her. I mean, that is star power.
Really? You're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear? That's not my forte.
Yes, but if you did...
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way on life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble.
That was quite... That was quite nice, Chaperone, but I don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
Oh, really? That's not necessary. I suppose I was just...
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still, you mustn't let it lick ya. This planet, oh, so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand as we stumble along cross life's crowded dance floors. As we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through the blankets and leaves, barely knowing right from left from wrong. As long as we can hear the little bluebird and be our song as we stumble along, as we stumble, bumble, palumbo, as we stumble
Don't you just love her? Basically, she sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. that's what I love about her. She just does her own thing when she wants, with no regard to the needs or concerns of others. My mother was like that.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone, but I'm afraid I'm still conflicted. Please just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert. And besides, I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
Oh, you're right. And I take that responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just at this moment feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I'm going to have a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la.
Oh, look who it is. It's Aldolfo come to seduce the bride.
I am.
Try not to think about the poodles while you listen to this.
I am. Adolfo. And you are the bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is rather sweet, and you are only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Ah, yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf, right. I must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Adolfo, King of Romance!
Well, you saw through my little ruse and found me out.
Then you are Van de Graaf, bride.
Apparently. Take me, Adolphe.
No. Not Adolphe. Adolfo. You must remember my name when we are making love and you are screaming, Adolfo. You must remember my name. Or you will spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo, a ladies' man who wins a claim, Adolfo. Well, miss, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself. I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast. Not just in case you didn't hear Adolfo. I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always cheat Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
Him, I can sing it high, Adolfo. I can sing it low, Adolfo. I can sing it very fast. I can sing it very slowly. I'll do it now, but it will take hours. Now, let us see if you remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now, who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it that'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for Joe. For all you lovely ladies who didn't hear, for some reason,
Maybe because you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes.
Secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But you know, that's what musical theater's all about. Romantic fantasy. Falling in love at the drop of a hat. Spontaneous stage wave. Suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. Da, da, da. Don't worry, madame, but I'm getting married today, so I have to wear this blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. I mean, me. Mimi from France.
This scene could not get any more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Janet Van de Graaff, no?
Oui.
I hear she is very beautiful
Oui.
and glamorous.
Ah, oui, oui.
Is it true she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France did you say you were from?
Oh, the middle part, where they mix the toast.
French toast.
So, you were telling me about your, how do you say in English? Fiancé?
That's right.
Well, tell me, when was that moment when you knew she was the only one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
And I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, those big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. And then you fell?
Yes, right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't left the dock.
That's what she said. And that's when I knew. It must be love.
And then you said?
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime, for Paris was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stairs, the three-legged chair, the hem that's been caught by a shoe. When my two love-sick arms started flapping, there was nothing my neighbors could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so I'll be I'm an accident waiting to happen. So hurry up, happen to
Wait a minute! You just kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day!
Oh no! What have I done? Wait! Wait!
Oh, it seems that the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess! Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's not real. It's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. In real life, nothing ever works out, and the only people who ever burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Belsic.
Where is that philanderer Florida?
Mr. Belsic.
How long does it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Belsic! You don't need Janet no more. Listen, I've been working on a little mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible! Now, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Wait, I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread, and don't forget to shave your legs.
Kitty, you're reading your own mind, you idiot!
Well, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Felsick,
It would seem that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
now it's time that you received your just desserts. What do you say, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Felsick?
How about Toledo surprise?
It is by his choice.
Toledo surprise, I've never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Because the people who have heard it generally are never heard of again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow.
Then you got your Toledo surprise. Can you run that by me again? Look, it's a very simple recipe, Mr. Felsick.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up
Nice and slow.
Then you got the
Toledo surprise.
I say that we give our partner a taste. What do you say?
All right. Right. What style? What rhythm? What grace? Now, open your hands and shake them. And repeat that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up, nice and slow. Run. Then you got a Toledo surprise. Now do it. Hit the beach. Mix it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo surprise. Now you're fucking heat it up, and you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it. It's a step. Try it, folks. With your whites, spill your yolks. Then you got a Toledo surprise. You boys are natural artists. Keep it up. Wait a minute. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, what's going on here?
I'm developing a new act. Toledo surprise.
You're putting gangsters in the show you won't put me in? They're not even in the union!
You are no wrong with new actors. You and these boys, you have to gangster.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! Wow!
wedding is off!
What? Oh God, why?
Adolfo has made love to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot! That's the chaperone!
The wedding is off! Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I'm sorry, Janet, I couldn't help it. She was just like you, only French.
Angeline,
Yes, madam.
what is all the commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore! What a tragedy! What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy! Clear the floor, boys! Let me show you how it's done. First you beat it up. Hey, look at that! Then you swing it up. Then you heat it up. Then it tries to rise. Oh, wait it! Toledo surprise!
Surprise?
Just wait until it's ready.
Surprise?
Wait till it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait till it's ready!
Now it's looking at surprise!
You got it!
Take the twist, take the shake, big dessert, take the cake, kiss you like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
Why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes. But that tone, it's just so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
The curtain closes, and we come to the intermission. Well, at least we would if we were actually in the Morosco Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which of course we're not. I don't like intermissions. They spoil the magic, you know? They yank you back into reality. 1 minute you're surrounded in a romantic world of glamour and music, and the next, bang, you're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. Oh, it's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue, and I have to eat small meals throughout the day or I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative, believe you me. Oh, believe you me. I remember my wedding day. I didn't eat breakfast, and the ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. What do I do? Oh, are you surprised that I was married? Well, you shouldn't go making judgments about people, should you? I'm a very complicated individual. I have to pee now. Don't worry, I'll be quick. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, the gentleman handles it.
The second act of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it standing on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this next part, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it will be difficult, but just block them out. They're not the best. But the tune truly communicates the bride's state of mind, and it's beautiful. Just ignore the lyrics.
I put a bunny on a pedestal and tried to make that bunny stay. And he sat on the top, but he needed to hop and with other bunnies play for a way. He left his carrot on the pedestal beside some pellets in a cup. And I haven't got the strength to clean it up. Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two.
I'm going to pour myself a brandy.
But I'll save that pedestal for you. Come, my little bunny. Come, my little bunny.
The melody is so simple, it just floats in the air. And I must confess, I was getting a little bit misty thinking of that half-eaten carrot lying on the pedestal. A little trail of rabbit droppings leading off to who knows where. Oh, bunny, bunny, bunny.
You broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little bunny. Come, my little bunny. Do.
All right, here we go.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandegraff.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No, no, no. I could rule a world if so I chose. Sigmund Freud sends flowers to me every show. Gertrude Stein handed me a rose.
Now she really cut through.
I'm Janet Vandegraff. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of
love that number. It has everything. It's halfway between a show tune and a Looney Tune. Bugsby Berkeley, I like to call it. You know, because Bugs Bunny and Busby Berkeley, the choreographer from the 20s. Beautiful girl. I'm wasted on you people. Anyway, but that's another thing I love about musicals in general. When the character's in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. But that's the glory of musical theater. It takes the mundane and... You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds when something starts ringing.
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the pews removed now, or would you like to wait until morning?
Now, I'm going to stop here for just a second because I don't want this number interrupted by a ringing telephone. Here are 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped between the cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzgerald and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I assume Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, but she doesn't in this show. I tried to find out more about her. I went through all of my books. I even tried the internet, but all of my searches just brought back Tiny Tim's autopsy. Tiptoe through the... Anyway, they're both charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride is called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, Underling. Never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and the next minute, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle.
You see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love is horrible, love will cause it in. But love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Hank VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love was always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you that Anne Boleyn lost her head?
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam,
Here we go again.
and Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief, may I pose a question, madam?
Why, yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do. Love is always lovely in the end.
Well, I found that quite taxing. Excuse me while I get some ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me in my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly.
Oh, madam.
Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming. But on some level, that number pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here, and yes, I have been drinking. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say But love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. Sorry, I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt again. Oh, there's a moment coming up that I have become obsessed with.
There you are, chaperone. I'm in a terrible state. You certainly are. You can't go to a wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear, haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Not your wedding, mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married? But to whom?
La 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 la.
A beautiful lady with a baffled expression.
You're marrying Aldolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. There you are. Listen, I'm gonna put my cards on the table. I got a weak heart. Can't take the pressure. And if this goes on any longer, your ticket's gonna give out. So please tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Oh, thank the good Lord in heaven.
Aldolfo and Chaperone are to be married.
What?
There you are. I have the most wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you? I did. But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tondell and I are to be married this evening at 7:30 in the garden.
What?
What? Oh, yes. Congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everyone's getting married except the bride and groom.
Oh, there you are. Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it's our wedding day. George has gone through all this trouble and, well, I do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I just can't understand it. I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert. You were kissing me.
Wait, you mean you're Mimi? Why, that French accent is remarkably accurate.
Thank you. I developed it when I played the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Now, before you do anything, think of this. No matter how well you play the part of a happy wife, you're never gonna get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. Oh, I'm so confused. Chaperone, please, I beg you just this once. Give me some advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
All right, here it is. The moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but also a moment that has fascinated me more than any other and has brought me back to this record again and again. Here it is, listen.
Well, my advice to you is,
All right, here it is, listen.
while you can.
You see? You can't quite make out what she says because somebody drops a cane. Here, I'll play it for you again.
While you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
While you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it might just be a cynical quip. But this is a wedding after all, and that's exactly what you think when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live, because you do love her in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come down out of the sky and point to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say it to someone, you say, I love you, but you basically phrase it as a question. She takes it as fact. And then there she is, standing across from you wearing a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes. And her nephew made the hoopah, so what do? Do you say I was joking? I was kidding? No, you can't. You live. You choose to live. And for a couple of months, you stare at the alien figure in bed beside you. And you ask yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day you say it out loud. And then it's a trial separation and couples counseling, and all of your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction. And you're constantly reevaluating and redefining and revisiting until you finally lose the deposit on the house and the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing against the living room wall. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
Well, you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, Chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes. I will marry you.
Wonderful! Wonderful! Well, Mr. Phelps, looks like this wedding is a done deal.
Now you're in trouble.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, but there is. I have a new leading lady. Everybody, may I present Kitty the Incredible? Kitty, show everybody how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Mr. Felsick, yes, yes, yes!
Ain't she amazing? Wow, what are we waiting for? Ladies, go put on your frillies. We'll get married in one big clump. That's what it is, you talk. Oh, well, now, George, I don't know how you pulled it off. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everybody's best man now.
That's true.
Yeah. George, I guess I am. Hip, hip.
Hooray! He's George, the best man, George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought.
He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
believe it. All right, everyone stay calm. This happens occasionally. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Just stay focused. Keep the show alive in your minds. Don't get distracted. Don't talk to anyone. I'll find the fuse box.
It's a super.
Oh, wait. I'm coming.
Oh,
Ow.
hi.
Hi.
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to turn the power box off because we were replacing it in the basement.
Yes.
So we replaced it, but when we turned the power back on, all the late breakers in the apartment tripped.
Yes.
It happens. It's pretty normal.
Yes.
So I got to reset your breakers.
Now.
Oh, it'll only take a second.
All right. Watch out for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And I tried calling you earlier before, but there was no answer.
Oh, yes, I've been having a problem with the phone.
Here we go. What was that?
A record.
What kind of music was that?
Just music. A show. A musical.
You like musicals?
No.
Well, I love them. Yeah, me and the wife, we go all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays, you know. Did you see Saigon? They dropped a friggin' helicopter right on the stage in that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I know them all.
All of them.
Oh, yes, Cats.
Cats.
Uh-huh. Les Mis.
Les Mis.
Saturday Night Fever. Oh, yeah, but I like the movie a lot better.
Really?
You know, the
Well,
wife,
goodbye.
on the other hand, she was a big fan of...
Well, that's it. One note before the end of the show and the movie's break. I should just start the record again from the beginning. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much. And I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was just before my father left us. Oh, he didn't leave because of the record. Although I'm sure it didn't help matters. Listen, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame and the rabbit motif is labored. But none of that matters. It does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you away to another world and gives you a little tune to carry with you in your head, you know? A little something to help you escape from the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something when you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to
I'm an
do.
accident waiting to happen.
Pull our way through life's crazy labyrinth. Toledo surprise. I am out for long.
That's the best that we can do is hold on.
We'll sing his song as we stumble along. Still we rumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth.
one more.